Hey everybody, Radaman here for another episode of Kenshi. So thank you for tuning in. Sorry it's a little late today. What I'm going to do is kind of radical. I'm going to redesign my squads a little bit in hopes to be able to more automate a lot of the things I'm currently doing. So first off, I am going to start to research large building shells. And the reason for it is I have an idea of where I want to place a base. And I need the large building shells in order to do it. Or I don't need it, but I would like it, I guess is the correct point. And then I'm going to set Shrike, Dr. Chung, and Mew, and let's put Mew on copper. Wherever it is, there it is. And then Hobbs on... Actually, you know what? No, not Mew on copper. I take that back. Mew, just keep sleeping. What I'm going to do instead is to send my main character out to try to find people to man iron and copper automatically so I can level up my space squad. So what I'm going to do is add a new squad and call this Homers. I know it's a little strange name, but Chung and Shrike are going to stay home. I'm not really going to have them leave town. Now, if I wanted to add some additional people to do labor tasks in my group, ideally, I would want Greenlanders or Scorchlanders. I'm going to look for Greenlanders just because they're a little easier to find. And while I wait, I can have my people sort of heal up. Crumple John is pretty well healed, so I'm going to have Mr. Crumple work the electrical workshop there. I guess he's Crumble John, because his bones crumble. Although it does look like he's crumpled. All right, let's see who we can get in here. Some pacifiers, a thug, Heft. I'm not that interested in changing the way they look. They're fine the way they are. Heft, I'm going to send back to Squin. Now, some characters have backstories, some do not. Just to preface. Ooh, you are a little bit more expensive, but all the ones that you can name and rename don't really have their own backstories. That's one easy way to tell. She was a little bit more expensive, presumably because she comes with something nice, I guess. A hat, I don't know. Wooden sandals. A little bit of skills. But these are NPCs that are basically generic. So Heft and Molly here are going to be moved into the Homers squad. And let's see. What am I looking? I'm not sure if I'm looking for anything specific at the moment. Ooh, that is a very big bounty. I'm going to buy it just because I'll eventually do it, but that's definitely not something I'm going to do immediately. I'll go over bounties if I ever get into one. Not really doing one right now, so going to not worry about it so much. Now, it does mean that our home squad is only 8 large. I'd like at least 10, just a personal preference. There is no magic number. Obviously, you can go up to 20. Having a 20 fully trained people would be pretty awesome. I'm just not quite there yet. All right, I got large building shells, which is useful. And Chung decided to go back to sleep because Crumble is operating the machine. All right. Chung, let's go have you operate the machine. And I'm going to send these 2 new homers all the way back. All right, Radamon got there first. Not much of a surprise. Hobbs, go to sleep. Now, I'm not sure. I guess I'll switch bags with Shrike. Or I'll switch bags with one of the traders. But Hamet here, I'm going to take his bag. All right, Molly, let's give you this beautiful bag here. And you have terrible weapons, but I don't really care. You are going to go Iron Mine, and you are going to go Copper Mine. Oh, indentured servitude. I guess I feed them. That's about all I do. All right, cleaning up the area. There is a helmet and some limbs. There's obviously a lot of stuff that I could loot off these Duff Bandits, no doubt. In fact, I'll spend just a second looting a little bit. Nope, I didn't mean to pick them up. But you could be at this all day long, especially if you're getting sieged a lot and often by Dust Bandits. There could obviously be a lot of sort of trade and interaction that you could have with their bodies. And there's no easy, cheap way, as far as I know, to sell off their stuff. I guess what I'm trying to say is it gets to a point where it's not all that worth it to just continue to loot them. I mean, it's always worth it, I guess, but maybe not for your time. So the next thing I want to do is lockpick training, thief training, and let's see what else. Simple clothes, hat and gear, cooking, advanced cooking, desert cooking. That's what I'll research. All things that I would want or need to start villaging. Not quite there yet, but I'm working towards it. And now I would like to save some money to recruit maybe someone like Kang, who's a unique NPC that is pretty good at combat. So let's see about working towards that. What I'm trying to do here, unsuccessfully, is sell off some stuff. Realizing that, yeah, I was using an electrical bench to make components, but there we go. This will be the pretty penny I'm looking for. All right, let's look for Kang. Hello, Mr. Kang. Are you in here? Swift? Nope. Hot Longs? Nope. Oron? Nope. There he is. All right, and the reason I hired Kang is we want to defend ourselves from invaders and raiders, and he comes pretty stocked full of skills. He's also a named NPC. One thing I'm going to do is have Beep here give Kang a katana, and then Kang will give Beep the two-hander that Beep so dearly wants to train on. I'm also going to take some mining lights off of them because they don't need them anymore. let's distribute these mining lights to the miners. That would make the most sense. I call them mining lights, that's not literally what they are, but close enough. Okay, you. There you go. And this will increase the rate of their mining ability, because it's casting light locally. Ideally, I would like just about everyone that is named and not just a random NPC to travel with us and fight and all that, but that's not playing to people's strengths. That's not all that realistic. You know, if I had a Scorchlander and a really good researcher, I could do it a little bit more easily. That's just not something I have at the moment. Alright, so Chung is working on his research. And the reason I'm getting the lockpicking and thieving is to eventually train. Alright, Mew. I'm just looking at the people that need the most training, the most help. Maybe Beep. Working on the armor plating. I guess I can operate the loom when I have no iron left. Not a high priority thing, but, you know, something to do. Now at this rate, we are just waiting to essentially heal up so that we can get into more fights. I know that seems a little strange, but that is indeed what we're waiting on. One thing I can do is to see about making a little bit more money and recruiting one more NPC. So that's what I'm going to work on. There's obviously some sort of fight around because all the guards are moving into position. I don't know what it is. Haven't looked yet, but it could be interesting. Oh no, it's just a single bandit like standing up. Sometimes when they're unconscious, they get back up instead of playing dead or crawling away. They kind of fight, and as a result, the guards pick on them. So I already have enough for one more NPC. Who do we have here? Oron, Swift, Hotlongs, or Voth? Swift's going to be you. Actually, let's see. Maybe Voth. I like the cut of his jib. All right, Mr. Voth. Now we have 10. I'm going to have Voth train on the dummy. Ruka is fully healed. Just going to have them all rest up. I guess we're almost good to go. I would say Green is the only one with any additional injuries. So what I can do is I can just speed up time and do a little bit of bandit looting while I wait for Green to not have a crippled limb. A little rest goes a long way, especially when you're about to get into a fight. His arm is still splinted. See about a little bit more loot. Silly dust bandits. They really did pick a fight in possibly the worst town. The Shek are known for their... I mean, it's not the most guarded town, but the Shek are known for their toughness. So bandits coming here. You'd think they'd learn after, you know, a dozen or some of them, or though dozen or so die. But they don't learn. It's kind of beautiful. Okay, so we've made about 4 more grand or so doing what we're doing. Now, the one issue is Voth here has basically no strength. So that is a bit of a problem. Pretty much everyone we add will need to go through a dojo of sorts, which kind of sucks because means that they're very useless until they're somewhat leveled up. Unlike in some other RPG games where characters have starting stats and they're not all useless, that's not the way this game works. You start off with nothing. These slave mongers are obviously going after... Oh, there they are. This bowman here is not actually dead, although they're about to get sold into slavery by this slave monger. That's the way this world works at times. Now, I've mostly been doing this just so that I can maybe path more down the research tree. Nothing all that exciting. So let's go ahead and initiate that. And show some research. I, for one, tend to like research. So I'm doing sake distillation because if we settle in a swamp, we can grow a lot of rice. I don't think I really need to do baking or any of that because we're not going to be in a green area. I'll research stone mining and some base building skills. Stuff we definitely did not need. But I'll do it anyway. And I think I am ready to... Yep, Green's arm has healed, so I'm ready to go find a bit of a fight. So if I look at my squad, I'm back to 10 strong. I have 14 total. I can't take on a huge group, but I can definitely take something on. I'm going to rename these guys from homers to something else. The citizens. Oops. I just told them to move. Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, good. So we do, if I zoom in, we do have... Well, we can look around and try to find some enemy camps. One thing I was thinking of doing is heading over to beat up some swamp turtles. Looks like, is Hamet the slowest? Voth should be the slowest. Yeah, Voth is the slowest. So let's go and follow Voth. Voth is also, like, unarmored. I'm not doing a very good job of looking after him, but, you know, it happens. Alright, you guys look like a bunch of bone dogs. No, you're goats. Ah, hell, let's pick a fight with goats. Okay, now that we've killed all those goats, oops, I'm gonna patch everyone up. And Voth was pretty much one across the board, so as you can see from that little fight, some katana, some melee defense, some toughness. Voth also got knocked unconscious, like badly. But it goes to show the difference between like fresh out of recruition versus even a little bit experienced. Meaning even a little bit experienced, they're able to look after themselves. Not awesomely, but not embarrassingly either, you know? So there is a lot of raw meat. If I want to attract hungry bandits, this would be the way to do it. Run around with raw meat on me. Let's have everyone vacate the area so I can better loot. And some leather. That's not too shabby either. Beep's back on his feet. Voth is the only one downed. Still. Picked him up, and we can head back to Squin. A little bit tougher than we were before. Marginally. Doesn't really count very much when you're bashing newbies, but that will at least give us some meat, which is nice. Alright, Voth's in a bed. All the more injured people, I can just have them jump into bed. Crumble green. And this is sort of the rinse repeat. Kang didn't even get touched. And then additionally, I can have someone like, let's build that little campfire again, right? I don't want to crowd the area and cause bad pathing. Now this campfire is cooking up some of this dried meat. Which is good, because we have a few extra shek and they like to eat. I don't know why Kang would need a train, but I really don't have anything better for him to do. And then we also have this leather tanner. But it seems like I do have a general storage chest. That's good. I'm going to definitely take advantage of the general storage chest by dumping off some of our additional resources into it. And let's see if Chung can't automatically get the cooking done. That might be nice. Okay. So between research and electrical crafting, he'll do some of that as well. Now let's go through our main characters and make sure that we are not encumbering them with stuff they don't need. Looking pretty good. Everyone's conscious again, at the very least. Oh, and we've got ourselves another fight of a bandit, basically. Not all that interesting. Oh no, there's some more banditry going on over here. I can always get involved, although I'll be probably a little late to the game, as the guards have mostly sorted this one out on their own. Now, eventually, when we have a big city, it will be walled off, and people that shouldn't be fighting won't be fighting, which is an advantage. All right. Looking through all of the characters here, I believe we've patched everyone up. Yep, everyone is patched up. And we can... Oh, here's the Dust Boss. First try. Loot the Dust Boss. It's possible the Dust Boss has a better horse chopper. 5-0. Oh no, that one's better. I take that back. I was gonna have them sleep a little bit more. So anyone that is wounded can jump in bed. Which is a bunch of them. And I can always carry these beds around with me. But this is fine. This works just fine. Chung is still plugging away on the research that I queued him up with. It's quite a lot of research. Shrike here also can be set up to leather tan, I guess, after plate beating. I think the simple fact of the matter is we're going to have plenty of iron to beat, given that we have a... I don't know, I guess we're doing a little bit of it. Which means I'm rather surprised. Alright, crumbles up. Let's put him to sleep again. Maybe that's the wrong terminology. And I am setting Chung up to do some cooking automatically. I've probably done it wrong, but it seems to be working just fine. Everyone but Voth is just about all healed up. One of the ways I could get Voth to not go down so often is to give him some armor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Chung and Voth trade. And I'm going to give Voth some slightly better stuff. Have Chung be the shirtless one. Voth will have a little bit more armor, so he's not constantly in peril. Alright, this is probably healthy enough. Let's go find some bandits. Or turtles. I was headed to the swamp turtles, so let's continue that. And as you can see, the goats have gone a long way to feed us, so I don't have to keep buying food. That was primarily the reason. And we will descend into the swamp. And hopefully not miss with too many enemies at once. The real challenge of this game is to only bite off as much as you can chew. And actually, it's kind of ideal to bite off, like, the very maximum that you can chew, where you won't choke on. Like, you want to be brink of death at the end of every fight, ideally. Which is kind of a weird thought. Maybe not brink of death, but you know what I mean. Still standing, but having fought a good long battle. Now, coming into the swamp, I am also risking getting in fights with a lot of other things other than swamp turtles. You know, I could fight ninjas and thieves and, you know, who knows. The list goes on and on. Blood spiders, less ideally. Alright, this is a nest for what? Wolves? There's a wolf's den nearby. Yep, they're there. Let's attack some bone dogs. Crumble's got the idea. Slow time down a little bit. Beep's down. He lost to a bone dog, but the bone dog's also down. Hobbs is down. That's surprising. Everyone's getting their licks in, and then it's time to heal. At the end of every fight. Hobbs is barely... Oh! Go, Crumple, go! Ooh, that was a hard hit. This one is a little bit higher level. An adult. Taking big chunks out of my people. Unfortunately, kind of outnumbered. Oh, green's back up. Alright, doing some healing. Let's go ahead and loot the bone dog. So we don't have to continually fight them as they revive. Crumble should be medicing. There we go. Just had to be reminded. Hamet's medicing. Mew. Good, good. Getting everyone nice and healthy. Or at least, you know, rested. The only one that needs a little bit more love is Hobbs over there. This will be the last one. I believe everyone's back on their feet. I'm going to have Ranamont travel around, making sure these wolves are done. Don't want to forget their teeth. And I don't know how to feel about beating up a bunch of wolves, but I have. I am the victor. I've fully looted them all, in fact, and if I look at the nest, there's still 5 left. But I think I'm done for now. I think this was a good little training session. Voth here, you are going to carry Beep. And who else is a little crippled? Crumble. green. It's going to get carried by Kang. That's a little better. Have them travel together and travel home. Well, everyone, this basically concludes this episode. I do apologize once again that it is a little late, but alas, it required a little bit extra effort than RimWorld. I don't know Kenshi quite as well. I also wanted to give a great big thanks to Ron Van Dorp. He's been very, very helpful on Discord, sort of working out how I'm going to play Kenshi, because I'm new to it and don't have a lot of experience in it. If you have other game ideas for me, I'd love to hear them as well. But if you think you can be helpful, it's much easier to have a discussion on Discord than just drop a comment. But if you just want to drop a comment on Kenshi, that's fine too. If you would like to join the Discord, I am displaying the link of Rudamont.com, and you can join Discord through there. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will catch you all later. Thanks for watching, and adios.